But let's talk to Dolapo Oni now, who is the head energy research at Ecobank Group. Good morning to you, Dolapo.
Hi, good morning.
It's good to have you on the show this morning. So we're coming in at a very interesting week. On Friday, the Central Bank of Nigeria disbursed a bailout to some companies, some generating distribution companies as well as gas companies. What do you make of it?
I think it's good and it's quite timely because the discos and some of the power companies are really struggling. At the moment, they need to invest some funds to actually deploy new meters and carry out this metering program that they've all been asked to go ahead and do to justify this new tariff. So I think the fund will come in to make that process a bit smoother for some of them.
But then, you know, it almost seems like it's a drop in the ocean because they've accumulated so much debt over time. And this coming in at this time, yes, it is a lifeline, but it will only take care of the basics. How quickly do you think they'll move on from this bailout and begin to take care of the other challenges that are highlighted for them?
The reality is that, like you said, it's a drop in the ocean. I mean, there are several more tackles before we can actually see improvement in power. And for them as well, this bailout is really just, should I say in a way, possibly it's just a bit of the amount of money that they also need to invest to actually improve their the service delivery. So I imagine this bailout would give them some confidence to also try and seek funds from other sources, other financiers, possibly private sources of equity as well.
But then, Dolapo, taking a look at the recent attacks that we're hearing on pipelines, gas pipelines, don't you think this will also set them back many ways? Because you're getting money to take care of the much critical aspects of your business, but then you're set back by almost 1 million steps by the attacks on the pipelines.
Exactly. You know, that's the reality. I mentioned it in the speech he gave at the meeting where this discovery happened in Enugu. He said the same thing about the fact that when you destroy a pipeline, I mean, you're hurting everybody. So the reality is the fact that that's an issue that is outside the control of even the discos or some of the gencos. It's something that the government itself has to tackle. But for them, there are other areas that they need to focus on. I mean, if you meter more customers and you improve collection, revenue improves, even without necessarily boosting power. There are a lot of people that are not paying, that have bypassed meters and all sorts.
But let's go back to still talk more about this attacks. How much have we lost since this attack started? Because they've been coming in very quick successions. How much has been shot in?
Yeah, about 120 billion has been spent already out of the 213 billion naira that was actually scheduled for this fund. So I imagine over the next few months they want to try and disburse some of that. I think about 55 billion was disbursed in this particular meeting.
No, you're still talking about the electricity bailout that the companies have got. But what I'm talking about now is this attack. So just on Friday, Ajib's facility was also, the pipelines were also vandalized. And then we're talking about the amount of, amount that has been shot in, the amount of crude that has been shot in, and the amount that has been lost. Could you just give us an idea?
Okay, I can't be certain at this moment because I think the particular trunk line that was hit is the Brass River line, which itself is roughly about 100,000 barrels per day. So that may be another extra 100,000 that has been taken offline at the moment. We're still somewhere in the region of 1.4, 1.5. So this takes us back to somewhere in between 1.3, 1.4.
And that also affects the amount of output, the amount we're going to export.
So out of which we're going to export, because again, we still have to put some barrels aside for swaps, and out of that, we're going to export the rest.
So what's your outlook for the week? It seems as if it's, well, will it be gloomy or will it not be gloomy?
You see, my biggest worry really now is that the threat to shut down operations in the Niger Delta is still there, and the fact that this attack could still happen, despite the fact that there's been some increase in, should I say, soldiers and presence of military in the region. It just tells me that it's still a bit uncertain. So I'd say the outlook is still a bit negative. We might still see one or two more attacks, before things get really serious with the military.
Well, thank you so much, Dolapo, for your time. Of course, we're tracking all those developments with you. Dolapo Oni is the head energy research at Ecobank, giving us his perspectives there on some of the issues that have come up in the Nigeria energy market. Of course, it set us back by thousands of barrels of crude, either for swap or for refinery purposes. But that development has continued to be worrisome. Let's continue conversation in just a bit. We'll be talking about the state of the economy with Ayodeji Yebo, who is the head of research at AfriInvest. Join us again.